and girls, mums and dads. My name is Roseanne Baird. I'm a Childcan volunteer, and I'm going to read you a book tonight called Tumford the Terrible by Nancy Tillman. Nancy also does all of the illustrations in this book. When you are looking at new books and you're trying to decide if you'd like to purchase it, the inside flap often tells you a little bit about the story, and I'm going to read that to you now so you have an idea what this book is about. Tumford never means to cause trouble. Tumford isn't really a terrible cat, it's just that trouble always seems to find him. When Tumford's owners take him to the fair, little do they know how much trouble their beloved kitty will get into. This charming tale will delight anyone who has ever felt sorry about something, but has had a hard time saying so. Illustrated with her signature collage paintings, New York Times bestseller Nancy Tillman once again assures readers that no matter what, they are loved. In the wee little village of Sweet Apple Green, in the tiniest cottage you've ever seen, lives a cat causing trouble within and without, a cat named Tumford, Tumford Stout. I love the rhymes that are all through this book. But love isn't measured in muddy galoshes or broken tea dishes or trampled on squashes. Here's all the squash that he's running all over to try to catch a blue jay. No, love is a thing that just happens, you see, like the way I love you and the way you love me. And so it goes, Georgie and Violet Stout loved their cat Tumford day in and day out. They fed him with Violet's twinklefish pie, and they nicknamed Tummy. Can you guess why? Can you see how big Tummy's tummy is? But oh dear and oh my, there was one small pity. Tumford, it seems, was a most stubborn kitty. In spite of the manners he often forgot, he would not say, "I'm sorry." Oh no, he would not. Instead, do you know what Tumford Stout did? Well, I see you've guessed it. That's right, Tummy hid. So there's the tip of his tail and his ears he's hiding in the grocery bag. Let's see where else he likes to hide when he's been in trouble. Of all the things he thought were the worst, hiding in the garden. Saying, "I'm sorry," most certainly came first. And there he is, trying to pretend he's one of the teddy bears on the shelf. One day, Vi and Georgie both said to each other, as Tumford Stout's father and Tumford Stout's mother, we could try a plan of a different kind. Perhaps with a treat, Tummy might change his mind. In the village today, there'll be a big fair. It would be grand if we all went there. But Tummy, Vi said, look me straight in the eyes. If you make a mess, you'll apologize. You must promise, Tummy, 100%. I promise, said Tumford. And off they all went. Don't they look like they're going to have fun? I love his yellow galoshes. But as Violet was eating and Georgie was pitching, out of the blue, Tummy's nose started twitching. Something smelled marvelous over the hedge. My, he could see it right there on the ledge. It wasn't his usual baked twinkle fishes, but kippers, his favorite of all fishy dishes. Before they could join in a game of Red Rover, Tom had forgotten himself and jumped over. Oh, then the crash and the squeals and the shouts. Oh, then the trouble that met Tumford Stout. Heavens and stars of all Sweet Apple Green, Tom had spilled fish on the village fair queen. And I'll bet you know just what Tumford Stout did. That's right, you guessed it. Tumford Stout hid. Can you see where he hid? Those words are just awful, he thought. I can't do it. They'd stick in his throat and he'd choke. He just knew it. It wasn't that he was all bad, Tumford Stout. It just was so hard to get those words out. But then, as he hid, a new thought started growing. It warmed up his tummy and toes and kept going. The thought grew so large that he said it out loud. It might feel good if I make the Stouts proud. It might make them happy, and me happy too. Maybe that's why it's the right thing to do. I'll bet you've guessed what comes next in the story. Tumford stepped forward and said he was sorry. He meant those words too, and what better than that? For nothing is worse than an insincere cat. And he looks very sincere, doesn't he? Both the Stouts cheered, then the crowd cheered again, because everyone felt so wonderful then. And Tummy just sat back and purred at the wondrous effect of that one little word. And so there you go. That's the end of the story of how Tumford Stout finally said he was sorry. There aren't always cheers when he knocks over platters, but he's always loved, and that's all that matters. That says you are loved. I hope you enjoyed tonight's story, boys and girls. And I want you to think that everyone makes mistakes and things happen that they don't mean to happen. And you have to work hard at trying to say, I'm sorry, and you say it sincerely. And I'm certain you will have a very happy group of people around you when you've said, I'm sorry. We all make mistakes. And no matter how many mistakes you make, you will always be loved. Have a good evening. Good night.